Benedict XIV ruled the Catholic Church from the 17th of August 1740 until his death in May 1758. He is considered one of the best scholars to sit on the papal throne. He promoted scientific learning, the Baroque arts, and the study of the human form. He modernized the Catholic Church and helped it become the force it is today. His right-hand man was Cardinal Silvio Valenti, which was second in command of the church. Valenti brought his nephew Luigi into the church, and he also became cardinal years later. To honor the two Valentis, it was rumored that they were buried at the Vatican. But centuries went by, and their burial site was lost. 223 years after Cardinal Valenti's death, word of the Valentis' powerful role in the papal history was told to one of Valenti's descendants. Graziella Mancuso was told by her aunt, Vincente Basciano. She was surprised and shared her story with her sons, Claudio and Roberto Mancuso. The sons immediately planned to take their mother to Rome to find the celebrated cardinals, dead or alive. Graziella Mancuso was very excited, and at the age of 92 years old, she agreed to the adventure. And now here's the incredible story of the lost cardinals of Italy. After several weeks of planning, the Mancuso research team boarded on September 2nd, 2025, a flight from Miami to Madrid, Spain, and then connected to Rome, Italy, the cities where these two cardinals were last seen alive. On the morning of September 3rd, the expedition to the Vatican was scheduled, but early that night, Claudio Mancuso could not sleep. It was as if the spirits of the past wanted to be found. He decided to retrace his research using the power of the international internet. After a couple of hours, he discovered a note from the Vatican files that the Valentis were not buried at the Vatican. They were buried in a little-known church established in 1675 on the top of a cobblestone road, just a few meters from the Colosseum. The church was San Bonaventura al Palatino. This new information changed everything, and now they recalibrated their equipment and loaded the taxi towards their new destination. No vehicles could get close to the church in question, so they loaded up their tactical transportation vehicle, wheelchair, with the precious cargo under a blistering summer sun. They wheeled past the Colosseum, where thousands of slaves died fighting lions and each other for the pleasure of the Romans of that era. Once arriving at the foot of the hill, the first obstacle appeared, and it was devastating. The large, 1,000-year-old cobblestone road made pushing the heavy cargo, Graziella Mancuso, impossible. As they looked at the Colosseum just a few feet away, they called upon the spirit of Spartacus, the most famous of the slaves, which freed himself in 9 BC and escaped. Spartacus' spirit appeared, and finally Graziella Mancuso stood up and said, "I can walk." They engineered a plan to have Graziella walk 20 feet and rest, walk 20 feet and rest, walk 20 feet and rest, until they reached the church of San Bonaventura al Palatino. But the thought of a successful adventure disappeared when they discovered that the church did not have a cemetery. Where were the Valentis? They came from so far, and now they are facing failure. Until they noticed that there were names written on the floor and the walls of the church. And now they began to search through them all to look for the ancestors, the Vatican Cardinals. Robert got on his knees and cleaned his glasses, while Claudio went from name to name, even crossed the rope to keep people away from the altar, looking for Silvio and Luigi Valenti. Minutes seemed like hours. Graciela decided to ask for help. She brought a gold cross that her father had given her when he had returned from a trip from Rome almost 80 years ago. She grabbed the cross, closed her eyes, and prayed to her grandmother's spirit for help. At that exact moment, Claudio felt his body move with a supernatural force and take him to the hotel where the priest performed the services. He was confused until the force pushed him down to his knees, and underneath the table there was the engraved stone that held the markings of the burial site of Cardinalds Silvio and Luigi Valentino Gonzaga, ancestors to the following families: Valenti, Sciacca, Basciano, Colonia, Asta, Di Martino, Boncella, Garcia, Cosso, Gabrielli e Mancuso. Cries of joy from Graciela, Roberto, and Claudio could be heard for miles. With the power of Spartacus, Graciela walked over and kneeled to the ground to touch the tombstone. Victory at last.
C'est là. Mais comment vous l'avez vu avec le pied?
Attends.
Ah, c'est contre...
Tu le vois maintenant, regarde.
C'est là qu'ils sont?
Là, ici à droite.
Oh là,
Ouais, il n'y a pas de noir, tu vois.
Ah,
Tu vois?
tout ça, cette partie-là?
Ouais.
En longueur en dessous le... Oh là, on te rend compte? En dessous l'hôtel. Mon Dieu. Merci, mon Dieu, de nous avoir aidés, parce que ça a été compliqué. Hein? Jamais j'aurais pensé qu'en dessous l'hôtel, on l'aurait trouvé. Après maintes déboires, on a finalement retrouvé la tombe sous l'autel de l'église, pas le Vatican.
Cette croix-là, qui a nous donné la force et l'inspiration à ma mère de monter et nous de pousser la chaise. Et Robert qui est fatigué, là maintenant il est en train de dormir. Et nous, on est très heureux d'avoir accompli notre mission de trouver un membre de la famille, les 2 cardinaux enterrés ici dans cette église.
Dans cette église, et qu'on peut en parler maintenant avec précision, où ils sont, pour que d'autres générations plus tard pourra visiter de nouveau. Grosse bise à tout le monde, et rappelez-vous que nous avons vraiment des ancêtres anciens qui ont bataillé leur vie très fortement Mais ils ont réussi et ils ont été traités comme des rois. À bientôt, grosse mise à tous.